In the summer of 1947, something fell out of the sky over the New Mexico desert. The Army said it was a weather balloon. This is the account of the man they told too much to. He was a small-town mortician at only 22 years old. On the afternoon of July 7th, the phone rang. It was the mortuary officer at the airbase, and he had a strange question. How small could a sealed casket be made? Child-sized? Airtight? And how would you preserve a body that had been lying exposed out in the open? He responded, then ended the call feeling uneasy. Hours later, a routine call sent him out to the base himself, driving an injured airman to the infirmary. He had been there 100 times, but this time something seemed off. 3 field ambulances were backed up to the loading ramp. The rear door of one hung open, and in the failing light he saw what was inside. Piece of something torn apart. Metal, but not like any metal he knew, scorched through every color of heat, from bright silver to burnt black at the ragged edges. Along one edge ran a band of markings, not letters, not any language he had ever seen. Symbols that meant nothing to him and, he sensed, were never meant to. He delivered the airman inside and told himself to forget what he had just seen. Then a hand was on his arm. An officer, furious that he was still standing there. "You didn't see anything," the man said, "and if you talk about it, we will find you." They walked him out. And as they did, a door opened, and a nurse he knew stepped into the hall, white as paper, shaking, barely able to speak. "Get out of here," she whispered. "Now." He didn't sleep. The next day she called him and they met somewhere quiet, away from the base. And she told him what she had walked in on. 2 doctors, a gurney under a hard white light, and on it, small bodies, not children. Something else. Something that had come a very long way to end up on that table. She described hands with too few fingers, tipped with soft pads, eyes too large and too deep, a head that flexed like a newborn's skull. She kept saying she wished she hadn't looked. The doctors had her take notes. She sketched what she saw on a prescription pad, and later she pressed those drawings into his hand, the only proof either of them would ever hold. Within a day, she was gone. Transferred, they said, overseas. Weeks later, a single typed letter reached him, posted through an Army mail office, no return address but hers. He wrote back once. His reply came back unopened, stamped with a single word. Deceased. She was young, no one would ever say how she died. He kept the story his whole life and told it only near the end of it. The drawings were never found, and whatever came down in that desert has never officially existed at all.